with where I'm at. Okay, so this is Arabia. Okay, this is Green Arabia. This is a more standard looking map than what we just saw for sure. We've got Tolka. I'm just going to call them Tolka or Blue. On the Ethiopians, Ethiopians get the 18% faster firing archers. They get pikemen free when they go to castle. They get 100 food and 100 gold when they go to the next age. So when they go up to feudal, they get 100 food and 100 gold just automatically in their bank. And I feel like they have one last little bonus, but those are like probably the big ones. I feel like they are a castle age power spike civ, and if they can't win off the back of their faster firing crossbow, a handful of free pike sprinkled and some siege, they kind of die. But that's no longer okay. Wait, hang on, that's no longer true because they're new unique tech. The rework of Royal Heirs, I've heard, changed that. So I forgot about that. Their unique unit, the Showtail, is probably not going to be relevant, especially against Cumans, so I'm not going to touch on that too much. It's a fast melee unit, does quite a bit of upfront damage, but he's very, very squishy. But there is a new tech, or a rework of an old tech called Royal Heirs. It used to make those Showtails produce really fast, but never mattered because no one built them. Now it makes Showtails, which probably still doesn't matter, and more importantly, their mounted units take -3 damage flat, I believe, from other mounted units. That's incredibly important, especially against Cumans, which are basically all mounted units. It may not say mounted. It may actually say cav, which would discard like cav archers. Then I don't think would do less damage. But regardless, it's going to make Cuman knights trade a lot worse into the camels that the Ethiopians, I think, can build. I believe they can build camels. But yeah, so that's actually huge. If they can get the castle down and research Royal Heirs, they're no longer as one-dimensional. But up until that point, I will still submit that they are pretty one-dimensional civ that has to build around archer play and hitting the free pikeman upgrade against a knight civ like the Cumans. So we'll probably see archers or archery ranges dropped in feudal, probably 2, and a bold push. But I might be wrong here. They might try to they're pushing in deer for extra food, so maybe they're actually going to try to wall off. This is a pretty cozy map, though a lot of the wood is forward, which is really awkward. But if you go for some decently large walls here, you do get a free wood here, very safe gold in that point, even a safe stone if you protect the walls over here. These are out of the question for the time being. Same with this. I think you can only count on your main gold and your main stone, and even your main stone you can't if you're not going to big wall, somewhat big wall. But it's not that bad. It's pretty nice. Let's go check out CJ's base and civ and all that good stuff. CJ's the Cumans. Cumans get the ability. Yeah, of course. CJ, I'm more than happy. I love casting. Cumans get the ability to drop a second town center in the feudal age, which is unique because normally you can only build more town centers in the castle age as long as your town center is still standing. If you lose your town center or delete it, because there's certain strategies where you do this, but you delete it to move forward and creep with it because it can be used offensively, oddly enough. But yeah, if you lose your starting town center, or I should say if you have less than 1 town center, aka you have 0 town centers, you can always build 1. But as the Cumans, you can put down another one when you go feudal. So a lot of times you're going to see a pretty quick feudal uptime with them, and then you're going to see another one slammed. Boy, where'd you even put this one? Maybe back here? Maybe. Can you fit it in here? It's an awkward spot because you're under hills, but maybe secure a gold in a wood line. Maybe just secure this gold, to be honest. Might be the play. I'm looking a little too greedy, I think. Maybe just slam it on here and help secure this gold. But yeah, so you usually see the Cumans stay in feudal for a while because they're getting 2 town centers worth of villagers being produced, and then they can kind of fend off the enemy with some archers of their own, some skirms, and some scouts. Their mounted units move 5% faster, scaling up to 15% faster through the ages starting in feudal, so 5% feudal, 10% castle, and 15% imperial. So they don't get the tech husbandry, which I think is 10%, but movement speed for cav units, but that means they don't have to spend the food on it. I think it's 150 food. So they can just have the faster moving scouts, and then it scales up as time goes on for their knights and their mounted archers or whatever else they want to build. What are the notable things? They don't get stone wall, but their palisade walls have 50% more HP, so they're actually really nice in feudal age. And we do have a scout trying to pick a vill here. Just gonna harass. Very nice harassing. Got some downhill shots there. Oh, right. They can build a siege workshop in the feudal age and build rams. I completely forgot about that. These hills, man. Yeah, this is very hilly Arabia. Both of them are in craters. Both of them have to defend downhill, but this one's really bad because you have to defend your main gold downhill, which feels terrible. But yeah, hills are also bad for expansion because you can't build a TC on a hilly area. Most billions you can slap on hilly areas, but TCs are not one of them. They need to be flat for whatever reason. So this is like expanding out here is really ugly, and like you normally want to cozy up a TC to at least one important resource. It'd be nice to get it next to like a gold and a wood, or a stone and a wood or something like that. But usually one on gold, one on wood, extra wood is nice. I think is the general rule of thumb, of course. It's all general, but I believe like Hera had said at one point. And I would trust it. I'm sure most other pros would agree depending on what you're doing. Okay, got the scout kind of not corner per se, but definitely fighting a worse fight here. Though there's a lot of hills. Actually, was that on a hill? It might have been. But yeah, we're going to be fighting downhill now. When I say we, I mean CJ. Bias casting for the win. But yeah, this blue scout can no longer fight back, really. He can. He can just try to take as much damage as possible now, but he's not going, like, off of the purple scout, but he's not going to be able to kill the purple scout. Blue is going to slam down an archery ranger. Already did so. As expected. But not two archery ranges. Okay, it's archery range blacksmith, and actually I like that. They get fletching out. I respect that. Sometimes the play is you do double archery range without fletching at first, and then your third building will be a blacksmith, and you go for the fletching. So you just have numbers, but they're poopier because they're missing the one range and one attack that fletching gives. So a total of 5 range, 5 attack on the archers. They start with 4 of each. So there's kind of two schools of thought. Excuse me. You try to flood with like slightly weaker teched archers, but now you have probably 2x the amount you normally have. Or you go for the normal amount, but they're better technology on them. So, excuse me again, my goodness. Okay. CJ has already felt that, okay, well, they're going to send archers. It's freaking... Wait, he did actually kill your scout? I'm a papuga and missed how? What the frick? That's funny. I thought there's no way he could possibly pull that back even with hill advantage. But he did. That's annoying, actually. 1 HP scout around. Okay, the archers have revealed themselves. Preemptive tower here. Now, wait a minute. We're not going gold at all. We don't have a stable down. We're just going for... You know what? I see what we're doing. There's really no way, except for these berries right here. But otherwise, there's really no way these archers deal damage. This does suck, though. They can do damage here. But the archers can't fight under the town center. They're shorter range than it. So as long as you're good at about garrisoning, the archers will die. Over here is to make sure the archers can't sit on the stone. Right? And shoot in on you. They probably can from over here, but that's such a... Oh, it's not a large ask because this is... They can easily walk around. That's actually annoying. But otherwise... Yeah, like, see, he's trying to get in on the wood line and he's just lost his archers. Yeah. So, like, yeah, he's spamming archers down. I think he is... No, he's putting a market. Okay. He's spamming archers down, but he's literally just lost 3 for nothing? Or he killed 1 villager? No, he didn't. I lied. Nothing. Eco KD is units that you've killed or lost that are economies. So, villagers, trade carts, and fishing ships. Another tower going down here. That was CJ's plan all along, I suspect. This tower will basically cover everything except for these berries, but I think you just abandon the berries at this point. It's fine. They're the slowest resource in the game. They're free, but you have enough vills now you can easily harvest wood. This is a risky strategy, but it's kind of cute and I kind of like it. It's working, I think, for now. It's working very well. You just turtle up, and what's going to push you right now from Ethiopians and feudal? You can't build siege in feudal unless you're the civ that CJ is to Cumans. Spear got lucky shot. Ah, okay. Thanks for the recap there. Okay, so there's this... I don't even know where he is. Is he dead? This hero spear got some lucky shots in, apparently. So now the scout does get to kind of verify what the rest of the map looks like, which is annoying for CJ for sure. Like, you know, any relic attempts, you know, he could kill a monk later in the future, but we're not there yet. Right now, we're just focusing on this boom. And yeah, the Ethiopian players should try to get the castle probably as fast as possible now, I feel like. Because you're not going to do damage. And any moment, the longer you sit in feudal, the worse it gets for you. Because the boom, you can see CJ is 9 villagers ahead. 11 villagers ahead. 2 villagers built. And another tower here. This one covers the farms. Okay, I was trying to think. What is this one doing, though? Is this too paranoid? No, this is good. This covers the farms. You can expand out here and farm a little safer, a little more nice and cozy. And that's what you want. This is all you need. You know you're winning in eco. Now, blue has, in fact, after getting wheelbarrow, which is actually a notable tech, makes his villagers faster and therefore gather resources more effectively. He has clicked that. Now he's going to castle. He's going to get padded archer. Not really that relevant. CJ's not even building a military right now. But still, you might as well. He's got a little food floating on the click up. I like it. You know if CJ's going to build military eventually, so might as well. Yeah, he's going to build 4 billions, and I like this from blue. If your opponent's going to be a turtle, forward them. For sure. Now, don't get me wrong. I still want to see, you know, CJ take this, of course. But I still, as the caster, I got to give credit where credit's due here. This is good. Blue should then, first building Castle Age should be a siege workshop, in my opinion. Because all you got to do is park a mangonel. It's not quite on the hill to get the hill bonus, luckily for CJ, but still. Park some mangonels here and just start pressuring this town center. I don't really think going over here is the best plan off the rip. You're going to fight uphill, which is annoying. Yeah, their watchtowers aren't that strong, but still. Yep, building an outpost even. I actually like that. I like that. He has no... Oh, he sold stone to go up. I don't know if I love that. I guess he's going to just say, screw it, I'm 1 TC all in. I'm already this far behind on eco. Alright, I guess I do love that then. Actually makes sense. You know you're going to be behind on eco against Cumans at this point. You haven't done damage because you can't. You might as well just sell it and go for it. You're never going to have the wood for TCs at this point anyway because you got to build CJ sap and you're building archers, which costs wood. So, yeah. Logically, you won't be able to catch up on eco unless you deal damage. To deal damage, you gotta sell a stone. So, yeah. Stone sells for quite a bit. I mean, how much does stone sell for right now? Yeah, 86. If you sold 100 stone, you get 86 gold. That's pretty pog, but stone's also very expensive to get back, so 161 gold to get 100 stone. But, okay, here comes another tower. And I like this tower. I do. It's gonna slow him down more. All CJ needs to do is just slow down his opponent while he gets to castle. Now, the awkward part is he can't get to gold. I will say that. So I guess he's going to go light cav. Then he's going to go something completely different and blow my mind. But my thought process is he can't windmill slam a castle to secure his future, like, right here. Or even right here. Actually, I guess you'd have to put it on the flank right now. Because up here is already threatened. It'd be too dangerous to build a castle. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. The watchtower is doing an excellent job of taking out the mangonel, and I don't know where the Vil went, but you need this Vil to repair. I think he... Oh my goodness, he's setting her back. Yeah, you got to keep a forward Vil forward, in my opinion. You're going to lose time here. Yeah, these mangonels are going to actually take a... Like, a fully stocked watchtower will deal with a mangonel with no Vil while repairing it, for sure. And when Castle Age hits, you can go for Bodkin to get more range. And you can, I think, thoroughly defend this. Especially if you want to get real cute and go for a university. Oh, it is going to be... It's got to be light cav, right? Light cav do very, very, very well, honestly, against crossbowmen. Yeah. Yeah, light cav. He's got a reasonable eco for it. 15 on food. And honestly, you don't even have to clear up the crossbowmen right now. You just have to kill the first 2 mangonels. And then pull your light cav back and continue to turtle. You're winning the eco fight. Your pikemen are inting right now, which is so bad for you because you need these guys for the freaking light cav. Oh my goodness. Those pikemen are so important. I mean, technically he doesn't know that, but you're against Cumans. Their only option is to go cav or siege of their own. University, I think we want to get guard tower, I think is what we're trying to do here. You're not just building that to build it because that's a lot of wood right now. So, yes, it does help you get the imp, but we're not thinking about imp right now. I think we're trying to get guard tower off this, which I love. I might be missing something, but I think that's what we're trying to do. Guard tower here would be so cute, but this is being annoying. But you know what? We're whittling down the numbers. Here come the light cav. Yep. And you just need... Oh, no. We weren't confident. I think they've been revealed now. But you know what? It's too late. It's too... Like, yeah, there's pikes coming forward, but... 10 light cav. They don't have +2 arm... Okay, they are only 3 armor. Against Ethiopian crossbow, which are firing faster. That's pretty rough, but still. But, that being said, while this probably... To the casual observer, this probably looks really bad for purple here. And in a way it is. This is a lot of pressure here. You're under a lot of pressure here. But, oh, first of all, this mangonel's going to go down, and that's massive to alleviate the pressure. Number 1. Number 2, villager count is very important in this game. And CJ is still 16 villas ahead despite not building villas for... He's going to choose to raid. Oh, now that's very brave. And also probably heads up higher level thinking than I would do because I'm a Pepega. Let's see how it pans out for him. I'm very curious. I mean, golly, he could get in here, no problem, but he doesn't necessarily know that. Oh, good. He's clicked to just go in instead of just pinging the walls and alerting his opponent. Yes, okay. He's going to get a vill here. And then, oh, just run it back. Find out. He knows where the gold is, I think, so that works too. Get the rest of the boys involved. But he's obviously microing up front here. Huge fight happened. Which I missed. That was the GG fight. I completely missed that because I was so excited about the raiding. I love when the sea light cav do work like that. But apparently the crossbow ran into an absolute kill zone. And I'm not sure what spurred that on. I can't replay because I'm not a pro caster. Maybe someday I'll invest in that. Yeah. Very curious. No hold position. Must have been. He must have tasked. Oh, okay. I was about to say, do you remember like pulling a unit back and luring them to their death? Or did he actually just waddle in? Dude, that's insane though. Even though he hit you. I saw you had a mangonel trundling forward, but this is a horrible idea. Chat, every single building here that can fire arrows pretty much hits this area. To some extent. Like, yeah, these bodies don't get hit by these two. But, like, they get hit by the full brunt of this TC, the full brunt of this TC. This watchtower, where's your circle? I know the circles are a bit confusing, but we'll work it out together. We got this. Yeah, this watchtower hits every single body except for this guy. And I think it actually hit him, too. They fall backwards, so. This one hits half the bodies. Yeah, this was a death zone. You could never hope to get anything done by going in there. You know there's towers. That's weird. I mean, I guess he just got desperate. But it's odd because I don't think he even responded that because the light cav were raiding. I think he'd already done that because I missed this happen. But regardless, he felt a little desperate, got a little impatient, got a little cheeky, maybe bad unit control in general, whatever happened. That is indeed the GG moment, chat, for sure. The last piece that this guy had to hang on to here was the fact that he had the army. At least still causing some pressure. Oh, we're actually just going for masonry, not guard tower. Did Cumans get guard tower? They actually might not get guard tower, so masonry might just be the next best thing here. That gives all your buildings 10% more hit points and better pierce armor. It was kind of worthless, and I think he panicked. Yeah, this rush in here was 100% garbanzo. Like, this is the incorrect move every day of the week, by the way, chat. But I think he just panicked because he was like, I'm behind, I gotta do damage, and oh crap, I'm being attacked. Actually, but I think he already killed his guys before he got attacked. I don't know. But yeah, it is weird these guys didn't go in with them. Turns out the 4 were enough, but like, dude, if these go in too, chat, the game is really over. It's already over, but like, it's so over. You can only hold 15 villagers in this town center, by the way. So the rest of them just have to cuddle up under it and die while they pray the town center kills the light cav, and it eventually will. This number of light cav cannot kill a town center, but they don't have to. That's not their job. They kill all the villagers that can't make it in. And then you have no economy. And you already had a worse economy, and you know that because your opponent had 2 town centers. So this is absolutely the right call to GG here. But yeah, blue definitely threw away a little chance he did have. That was great turtle play. That can get you in trouble, but probably not with Cumans, of course. But Still, depending on how your opponent can respond to it, that could potentially get you in trouble, chat, but this was really well handled by CJ. And just a really clean game. Didn't even have gold basically the entire game, but got back in the game because Light Cav are a much better unit than people give them credit for, I think, a lot of times. So, though I would have been impatient and attacked him, I think, with my Light Cav, fearing the Mangonels. And you probably could have sniped my Mangonels there, but you would have lost your Light Cav. You did the wise thing and went forward and let your opponent make the mistakes. That was good. That was good. Could it win if he didn't suicide, kept a few pikes at home? I don't think he thought the... Well, wait, was he building pikes? No, he wasn't. Yeah. Well, I think he thought the Light Cav were going to come snipe the mangoes once he saw them, which is like a reasonable assumption. That being said, once you saw Light Cav tech, you probably want to still leave some pikes at home, but it is hard to think of that in the heat of the moment sometimes. I'm not sure I would have correctly thought of that as well until it was too late. Being fair. Hit the tech, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's the right... I'm not discrediting that. That's the right play here. I just don't know if I would have thought of it either in the heat of the moment. But yep, the bird's eye level play would be... Yeah, you gotta get some pikes of your own because you get the tech for free. You gotta work with what advantages you do have of Ethiopians. I think they're far and few in between. At least until you can get that new mounted unit tech, but that's still not until you get a castle. Otherwise, I think Ethiopians are so weird now. They used to be like one of the best civs in the game, if not the best. They were disgusting back in their prime, but archers aren't where they used to be, which is probably fine. But yeah. So you got to work with what you got, and that's your free pikes. So you sprinkle them in your base. They're not that expensive. You're against Cumans. You know Cumans are going to have horses eventually. And yeah, you're expecting knights, but it doesn't have to be knights. It can be Light Cav. Light Cav are very solid. Very solid unit. It gets the job done, especially against crossbow. Crossbow only do 3 damage a shot. They need, what, 25 arrows to kill? A little bit more than that. Slightly over 25, 27 arrows, something like that, to kill. And yeah, with a nice ball, that's not that hard to ask for. But that ball wasn't that big. There's only 15, I think. So 15 are not one-shotting Light Cav. If you're not one-shotting knights or Light Cav, I stuttered, that are trying to come in on you and dive, you're in trouble, I think, a lot of times with Expo. Because, like... They're going to start... Once they collide with you, you're in the worst position. Unless you got a lot of pikes, but these were not enough. There was only ever 3 pikes. Light Cav can dive 3 pikes, too. So, that was good. Yeah, he threw hard. You got frustrated with the towers and just threw... Yeah. Yeah, I think you just got frustrated and probably felt like I've got the weaker civ here in the long term, especially with the eco. Which is all fair, but, like, you know, you just have to play the chips that were dealt. Or, assuming this was random, or if you picked Ethiopians and, like, you have to sit in the bed that you made... Know that you're not always going to get the archer v archer game you want, especially against Cumans. They're going to try to avoid that. But yeah, that was a really nice decision there. I probably would have been a Pepega and tried to like have skirms defend my TCs, which is just like so much more awkward than what you did. It's a really cool strat that you don't see players go for often with spamming towers like this. A lot of times they'll spam them on your opponent's face, but like spamming them very uniquely to get... Not because you're dying and you're just like trying to prolong the game or you don't know what else to do, but because you're like, okay, these are my military. Go ahead and stop them with archers. You can't. So you have to go castle. And while you're going castle, I'm going to get extra res with my 15 extra vills. Thanks. And by the time you click castle comes in, I'm going to click castle. So I'm only 2 minutes behind. I know you're going to go for mangoes, but I can just garrison my watchtowers. It's not that big a deal. Like, you had such a cool as a cucumber game plan here. I actually really love that. For anyone curious why I'm talking so much about this game, I know that's just another ladder game, but I actually like this one. I thought there was an interesting dynamic here. I thought there was a very interesting dynamic because usually, I feel like you just don't usually see towers used like this exactly. Which is technically what they're for, but a lot of times you see them go forward. Or like use one defensive tower. But yeah. Cool as a cucumber. You're cool under pressure. A lot of people panic under that kind of pressure. I do a lot. Even if I had... Dude, you could have handled me in this exact same situation. I probably would have found a way to throw it. I'm not just being hard on myself or making fun of myself, but like, I'd get real uncomfortable that I'm being whittled away at by 3 mangoes and stuff. I would have probably dove the mangoes with my... Mangoes is short for mangonel, for anyone curious. By the way, this catapult unit. I probably would have dove it with my Light Cav, and that's not the play here. But I would have thought it was. short games, yeah. Actually, guys, this weird game. I love weird games. I love standard games. I love weird games. Just love the game, I guess. This was, by the way, another thing I would like to say. This was good gameplay by Blue. And the reason, chat, I briefly was talking about it and then I got distracted. This is a relic you can collect with your monk and it gets you extra gold. We've talked about those. This one's very close to CJ. So there's reasonable assumption to believe that a monastery could be dropped and CJ would say, what the frick, I'll go get it. Because you might drop a monastery to click up to Imp. Because it's one of the 2 Castle Age. I mean, there's multiple Castle Age options to build, but a lot of times a monastery gets thrown out there. Just depends. So you leave this 1 HP scout because monks don't do damage. And monks take 5 bonus damage from a scout. So a scout kills them in 3 hits. Even an unupgraded scout with 1 HP will kill a monk in 3 hits. Because a monk has, unless they have Sanctity, but even then, it's still 5 hits. And scouts have resistance to being converted. So this scout is actually incredibly lethal just vibing here with 1 health. Which is probably funny to say. But that was actually some heads up gameplay. Obviously the game didn't last long if that didn't matter at all. And I wasn't too sure if it would, so I didn't bring it up earlier. But yeah, I wanted to point that out. Like the armored time, didn't want to risk the engagement. Yeah, no, that was smart. You're right. You're right. You had +1 and I was like, oh, he does have +1. But by the time you got here, you had the +2 because I was like, wait, these guys are living for forever under this TC. Because you have the +2 and +2 armor in. So you see that base 2 pierce armor, chat. 2 + 2. The +2 coming from the blacksmith upgrades up here. Of course equals 4. Quick maths. But yeah, armor's flat in this game. So this has 7 damage per arrow. Meaning it's 7 minus 4. So 3 damage per arrow. That's how it works. I think apparently bonus damage ignores armor actually. But this doesn't do bonus damage, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, there you go. Diving would have, I think it would have also, but you would have lost a bunch. And it probably would have made the game more of a struggle instead of like, you just kind of win here. Because I think, like, here's what I think, chat. Even if this didn't get dove, even if he's patient and he keeps trying to whittle your TC down, first of all, he couldn't kill as long as you're being vigilant and repairing. Second of all, even if you throw this manga away and don't kill this mangonel, he can't kill this in time. Even if he starts producing pikes right now. I mean, these guys need to actually get involved, but let's say they get involved in the next click. So let's pretend the game unpauses. He still has crossbow up front. These guys run in. There's only 1 TC to hide in. These vills can't go anywhere. They're trapped. They can try to run past and distract for a little bit, but they're all going to die. There's 1 pike. That pike will get obliterated. Over time, the TC will kill all this ball, but by the time that happens, every single vill, I think, would be dead, except for the 15 that fit in here. You lost. Doesn't matter if this ball lives. That's the crazy part. This was the moment. Obviously, this was the moment in reality, but in an alternate reality where he doesn't do this, this is still the moment the game's over. That's the crazy part. Right here, it's already happening. Yeah, it's GG. He's not fully walled. He can't fully wall now, and he can't build pikes fast enough out of 1 barracks to make up for it. Even 3, probably. I don't know. Maybe 3 barracks. But, like, this is so bad. Yeah. So, but yeah, great game. Well done. This is the actual, great game. Well